once you get into the field, they are right beside you. They walk and patrol beside you. We rely on the interpreters. They constantly are risking their life without a weapon. It's fair to say that they've contributed to keeping Australian soldiers alive.
Harry Moffat is an SAS veteran who deployed to Afghanistan soon after the September 11th attacks, serving 7 tours during Australia's longest military engagement.
The interpreters were with us all throughout those deployments, from the moment we got there to the moment we left. Interpreters are all of our friends. You live and eat and sleep with them, so you form a very close bond over that period, and over many years in cases.
Some Afghans paid dearly for their service.
Playing a game of cricket was a way to unwind that we often used for a bit of respite between missions. The bowler is our interpreter, Sammy, I'll call him, who only hours later lost his legs in an improvised explosive device ambush only a couple of kilometres south of that location in the Chora Valley.
Australia has already pulled its soldiers out and closed its embassy. American forces follow in September. The Taliban resurgent. There are very real fears they will target and execute anyone who worked for foreign governments.
We've known for 20 years that our interpreters are high-value targets to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda forces, so it's a matter of great urgency now.
I've been in Australia from the last 4.5 years.
Samanda Siddiqui served as an interpreter, first with British forces in Helmand, then Australian forces in Kabul, for a total of 9 years.
Due to the risk to my family and to my life, that's why I fled to Australia from Kabul.
He remains in daily contact with more than a dozen interpreters who are stuck in a bureaucratic limbo, unable to escape.
They have said they have done their medical or they have received their certificate of approval, but some of them still waiting for the flight, some of them waiting for the medical from last 2 years. I kindly request from the Australian government to speed their process.
Reports of attacks on Afghans who worked for other nations have highlighted the dangers.
Since that in the last couple of months, we noticed 2 interpreters being killed. So I don't want that same happen to those that they are looking to make their way to Australia.
My older child is 11 years and second one is 7 years, third one is 5 years, and the last one is my daughter, she's 3 years.
And you want to get them all out of Afghanistan safely?
Yeah, absolutely. We are in a grave danger here because we work for the Australian forces, ADF.
We've disguised the identity of this interpreter who says he fears for his life.
Yes, I am waiting on my visa medicals from 27 March of 2020. I haven't received a medical call yet for visa.
This is something the government is very aware of and is steadfastly working through.
Questions have been raised about whether the government is moving fast enough.
Thank you, Mr President. Absolutely shameful, but your coalition has had 7 years to get this job done. The world is watching how we treat our mates here. What kind of message does it send to the rest of the world that when you work with the Australian government, you're taking your life into your own hands?
Well, I just want to make it clear, the Australian government has given a priority to the locally engaged program since 2012, and that means we've had 1,400 visa applicants processed and 180 since April. We continue to give it the highest priority in the humanitarian program, and that's appropriate.
But the man who oversaw Australia's initial deployment to Afghanistan holds grave fears.
If any families or any interpreters or any other assistance staff lose their lives to the Taliban in the next few weeks, that frankly is a sacrifice that we should not have to bear.
It is a complex environment, Afghanistan. There are multiple considerations under security, character and health that have to be considered, and some of those things take time. I've instructed my department to make sure that they apply the resources to get all these applications finalised prior to the coalition withdrawal.
They have been to that danger and now their life is in danger. It is the Australian government's time now to support them. As they were supporting the Australian Defence Forces, now the government has to give back.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.